Sorry. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Formula Renault. Alright, my mic on mute. Unbelievable. Crusherable, 305 points, currently leading the way. McKinder for you in second on 210. Alan Kay in third on 194. Goodness me. I'll never get over that. Aguilera is in fourth on 168 points. Andy in fifth on 156. And Claire in sixth on 144. Theo Daly in seventh on 112. Charlie in eighth on 77. Kevin McGinley in ninth on 54. And Mia Orwoff in 10th on 20 points. Luigi Motorsport already wrapping up the constructors as well. 417 points for Luigi Motorsport. Team Panasonic in second on 300. Equipe d'Ombreville in third on 244. Renault Sport in fourth on 212. Team Rapper Olio in fifth on 209. Team D-Box in sixth on 149. And Team Sharifsa in seventh on 133 points. Apologies if you couldn't hear me within the first couple of minutes of this stream. I might have had my mic on mute by accident. Goodness me. I will be back just very shortly indeed. I am just going to nip to the toilet. I'll be back in a minute. There we go. Back once again. Crusher Bro is the first one out on track. Andy's already picked up a grid plate penalty for a pit lane violation. I can only imagine that is him speeding out of the pit lane or going over the white line, I would imagine. But Crusher Bro has already wrapped up the championship, as I've already alluded to when we started off the stream. And he's coming through the final corner to start the lap. So what I like to do is, of course, go on board with the championship winner. And he's coming through the final corner. Goodness me. Sliding out and nearly making me pop out the final corner. But Crusher Bro now running down the straight towards turn one. Let's go on board then with the roof cam, which I like to go on board with for the whole lap here in the Formula Renault. And I thought he was going to go the wrong way. I honestly thought he was going left there, not right. Goodness me. Now through the left and right onto the straight. Crusher Bro taking it very nicely through there. And now exceeds the speed down the straight, already reaching in excess of 160, maybe even 170 down the straight. 170 down into the braking zone at the 100 metre board. These cars very hard to handle into the corners, but doing a good job there. Crusher Bro, he comes through in towards the middle sector now, towards the end of the middle sector. He puts the hairpin at the top of the hill. DRS once again opened. Coming through the right-hander at the top of the hill, now running down hill slightly toward the end of the middle sector. Now with a very technical final sector to come. This left-handed curve before this double left-handed corner, really going to test the drivers to the limit here in the Formula Renault. Crusher Bro through there very nicely indeed. Through the second to last corner of the right-hander, now through the final corner, which will be the next right-hander. And that is literally a lap of the Dubai Autodrome with your defending champion and current champion Crusher Bro across the line to set a lap time of 1:23.2. Very nice lap there indeed. We'll go on board then with McKinder for you, who's through the final corner. Aguilera's just in behind him coming across the line. McKinder for you goes 1.8 seconds off Crusher Bro, and Aguilera goes about a second off him as well. So 1:25.1 and 1:26.1 there. And McKinder for you and Aguilera coming across the line in second and third position. We have got Mia Orwoff about to come across the line now. Andy goes fourth with a 26.4. Remember, whatever position he starts in, he will lose a position because of a pit lane violation. If he starts in 8th, then of course it doesn't really matter. Mia Orwoff 27.4 on his first lap. Charlie across the line, bettered by Theo Daly, and behind Charlie had a right man from that lap, 37.7. 14.5 seconds off. He will improve, of course, on that lap, we would imagine. Racing at home, I'm a new driver in the Team Panasonic car. Filling in for the absent Sinclair here tonight. So Team Panasonic up 2 drivers, racing home through the final corner. Apparently he loves the Formula Reynolds. He comes across the line to go second with a 24.8. Very nice end to the lap there for racing at home. Might give Crusher something to think about here. Down into turn 1 he comes. Crusher currently out on top, and he's through the final corner again. Lap time invalidation for Aguilera as we put the halfway stage, and 22.2 now for Crusher as he nearly goes a second quicker on that lap. That is unreal. Crusher 22.2, putting them to the sword early on here tonight. Watch on board with Andy though, the Scotsman coming through the final 2 corners now. Remember, he has got that pit lane violation. Crusher with that fastest lap of 22.2. Team Panasonic, of course, up 2 cars here tonight. And Andy now goes into second with a 24.1, goes ahead of his teammate racing at home. Looking the few is has improved actually. No, he hasn't improved. Mia Olaf, however, has 24.179, only 200ths off Andy there. That is not too much of a shabby lap at all there for Mia Olaf. Very nice indeed. But guys, if you do want to get in touch with any of the drivers here tonight and do want to issue your support for the drivers out on track or for the commentator being myself, of course, do let us know in the comment section what you guys think, and I'll be reading out the comments during the course of the night as well. With 4 minutes to go, Crusher, Andy and Mia Olaf, your current top 3 out on track. Racing at home, looking for you, Aguilera, Theo Daly and Charlie, 7th and 8th, currently out on track. We'll go on board with Aguilera, the Spaniard, reaching the end of his lap. Mia Olaf has came into the pits. Mia Olaf has came into the pits. I was reading that wrong for a minute there, but he has came into the pits. He's just came back out of the pits and on to his out lap. Aguilera through the final corner. The Spaniard now opening up that DRS down the straight. Does he improve? Yes, he does. He goes forward with a 24.3. Very nice lap there from him indeed. McKinder for you just coming across the line and behind as well. No improvement there from McKinder for you. Still stuck on that 25.139. We would imagine that he will improve. Charlie's improved as well on this lap. Oh, and he just goes for a spin. As soon as we get on board with him, he just goes for a spin. Just dropped that back end through the double left-hander before coming through the penultimate corner. Charlie just going to make sure that he applies the power on the exit of the corner and just feathers of throttle going through. That's the best way you can really control these cars, I find, on this track. I've been around this track quite a few times within the Formula Reynolds on the Dubai Autodrome, and I've got to say, these cars are very, very nice to handle once you get a grip of them. It is very good to handle indeed. The combo of the racing at home has just came across the line, 24.8. Currently his best laps, not too bad at all from the debutant. 24.8, 2.6 seconds off the pace. Crusher is back into the pits. Is that him done for the session? Who knows? That might be him done for the session as soon as he gets out of the pits. I will just back in a minute though. We'll go on board with McKinder for you towards the end of his lap. McKinder for you coming across the line there, 24.1, just goes 6 thousandths ahead of Mia Olaf there. Very nice lap from the Brit, of course. And goes ahead of Mia Olaf. Oh, and he just spins control of the car. Ooh, just glided across the wall there. Luckily, don't think he got any damage. Andy has gone second, by the way. Just coming across the line there. 23.5 now for Andy, 1.2 seconds off Crusher So he is still trying to take it to the Norwegian, who is ahead of him. 1 minute and 40 seconds to go roughly on the clock. And Crusher leads the way. Andy in second, McKinder for you. Later racing at home, who has just gone second. Racing at home has just gone second with a 22.757. 5/10 off Crusher Seriously, if you're looking towards the future and you're looking towards having... Oh, and he's got into the wall as soon as I said that. Goodness me, he's been into the wall. That is probably his session over and done with now. But racing at home, really good debut from him. 22.7 on his inaugural running here in the Formula Reynolds. Of course, we will be having the GT3s for the CRC going forward. But racing at home, take a note of this guy's name, because seriously, you're going to be seeing a lot more of him on this channel You're going to be seeing a lot more of him probably pressurising the likes of Crusher Pro and of course his own drivers in CRC. Aguilera just takes it wide and gets an invalidation going through turn 2 there. Just over 30 seconds to go. All field separated by 4.2 seconds currently. I'll remind you currently because Crusher Pro has just came across the line to start a lap. We'll go on board though with Theo Daly. Driver that we haven't necessarily covered so far in qualifying. He's got a 3.3 thingy. Andy is out of the session. He's got a mechanical fault. He's obviously crashed it somewhere out on track, which wasn't broadcast luckily. Theo Daly now around the final corner. Better come across the line. Just floors the throttle nicely. Oh, and just round the final corner, he picks up an invalidation. That's such a shame. He picked up an invalidation at the wrong point there, and that is probably his session over and done with. Yeah, and it is his session over and done with. Aguilera on a lap. He has got one of the drivers ahead. I felt that was racing for you. Go on bother with McKinder for you. Racing at home is in second currently, but back on board with McKinder for you. Mia Olwoff is into the pits. So Mia Olwoff is already done. We'll go on board then with Crusher Bro. So Crusher Bro is coming through the middle sector. Oh, he's through the middle sector and he's now coming through the double left-hander. Really taking the apex very nicely there. He has got pole position on this. McKinder for you puts in an absolute stonker of a lap and betters him by like 1,000th of a second. I feel it's quite unlikely, but you never know, anything can happen. Crusher Pro across the line. Does he go quicker? Of course he does. 21.4. 21.4. This guy's obviously had too much chocolate here tonight, and he's gone 1.3 seconds quicker ahead of Racing at Home on his debut in second position. Andy in third. The two Team Panasonic cars doing very well indeed. McKinder for you has had his lap time invalidated, but he's coming around the final corner now in that Team Rapper audio car, and again more invalidations picked up for McKinder for you across the line. He remains in fifth position, but it is Crusher Pro who takes it. Andy in second, Racing Home in second, sorry. Andy in third, but of course it'll be Mia Olwoff in third as Andy's got that place grid penalty. McKinder for you in fifth, Aguilera in sixth, Theo Daly in seventh, and Charlie in that eighth position. We'll get going very shortly indeed for the Formula Renaults indeed, and I cannot wait to provide you the action out on track. Who are your favourites in the comment section? Do let us know, of course. I'm just going to tune into the comment section, in fact, before we start. Racing at Home saying thank you very much. Yeah, definitely one to watch out for next season. Onto the back straight, lost my wheels, says Andy. Thank goodness I didn't catch the one where you ended up upside down after the race, which was quite lucky because it was after the race and not in the race. Hopefully here tonight, but here we go. Action about to begin for the Formula Renaults out on track. I haven't got the speedo on the map up. Light sequence on. And we go green here in Dubai Autodrome. Crusher Pro getting a very good start from the line. Racing at Home just getting a bug down off the start. Andy, it's full wide running down the straight. McKinder for you, just pushing across on Mia Olwoff, and there's been contact. There's a wheel got off, and that is McKinder for you out of the race. McKinder for you just coming across on Mia Olwoff. Think Palmer might be the best thing there, to be honest. Racing at Home defending off Charlie though in the meantime. Who on earth that? Theo Daly locking up completely on Charlie, forcing him off the track. That's not what you like to see at all. Crusher Pro in the meantime, 1.5 seconds clear, and leads the way early on. Andy in second, Mia Olwoff is in third. Lucky to not be caught up in that contact with McKinder for you. Racing at Home in fourth has lost positions, but will get going during this race. Theo Daly is in fifth as a result of that dive bomb down the inside. Aguilera is in sixth. Charlie is in seventh. McKinder for you stranded, has lost his rear right wheel and is out of the race in eighth position. I'm afraid he won't be getting back to the pits anytime soon, and if he does, it'll probably be about 15 minutes until he does get back, because the guys are already coming round the final couple of corners to end off lap one here in Dubai Autodrome in the Formula Renaults. Of course, this is only race one. Race two still to come in the random grids. Crusher Pro though leading the way, runs wide through the final corner, but has got 2-second advantage over Andy coming across the line, with Mia Olwoff in third. Racing at Home sticking in there well in fourth. Theo Daly about to lose a position possibly to Aguilera. Aguilera on the inside here of Theo Daly running down the straight. Team Rappaolio against Team Equipe d'Ombreville. And it is the Team Equipe d'Ombreville car. Maybe just a bit of a flaw off the throttle there from Theo Daly. Aguilera, the quicker driver through, is up into 5th position. The Spaniard completing that nice and cleanly indeed. Charlie, his teammate, is in 7th. McKinley for you stranded. He's got the car going, but he's going to be stranded off track, and unfortunately he can't get that car going. Again, racing at home though, trying to launch it around the outside of me, off into the right-hander here. Off just has a bit of a moment out of the corner, but Crusher leads the way. Andy in second, 1.8 seconds the gap just fluctuating slightly, but we're right on board with the battle for third at this moment in time between me and Racing at Home. The Team Panasonic car doing a good job behind the Italian Mia Orwoff, who is again a relatively new driver into the championship. Racing at Home launching it down the inside, and this guy, has he pulled the move off? Racing at Home. Oh, this is going to be so close around the final 2 corners. Oh, that is sensational from Racing at Home. That might be the best move of the season. Racing at Home right the outside of Mia Orwoff, completing the move, signed, sealed and delivered with a very late move on the brakes. He likes his cars all right, and he's up to 3rd position, making up for lost time after his shocking start that he had. He dropped down to 5th position at one stage, but he's up to 3rd, and Racing at Home going forwards out on track. Mia Orwoff still in there pitching. Aguilera's in 5th, has pulled away from Theo Daly. Charlie is in 7th. McKinley still stranded, still trying to get right into the pits, bless him, but he is going to be in 8th position and out of the running of this race. Back on board with the battle for third though, Racing at Home and Mia Orwoff. We'll focus again on the battle for the lead. It's just beginning to try and get going. 2.5 seconds the gap. Mia Orwoff in the meantime trying to have a better run here on Racing at Home. Got to give each other plenty of respect. Bit of contact made between them both. Nothing too major, which is good to see. Mia Orwoff down the inside, Racing at Home, giving him plenty of room, but ensures that he gets the run out of the corner, taking the wide out line. You probably saw it on your screen. Taking the wide out line and trying to get the slipstream and opening up that DRS down the straight. He is only 3/10 off. Is he going for the move again down the inside? Oh, and there's contact. Racing at Home misjudged that time, and that leaves Aguilera into 3rd position of teams. Mia Orwoff has just completely cut the corner. He has waited up from Racing at Home, but Mia Orwoff completely cutting the corner there. That will be a penalty, I am sure of it, going forward. I'm sorry to say, he's going to have to wait up and possibly give that position. McKinley has retired from the race. We thank him though for his participation, albeit not leaving down into turn 1. He got without losing a wheel. Theo Daly trying to chase Racing at Home in the meantime. Mia Orwoff and Aguilera 3rd and 4th, and of course the unfair corner cut from Mia Orwoff. Aguilera now right on the back, and the Spaniard about to close in shortly indeed. I will have a check of the comments in just a moment as we go on board with Aguilera. Trying to go around the outside of Mia Orwoff, very late on the brakes here. Of course, one of 5 with the best camera angles possible. We're on board with roof cam at the minute. Aguilera still holding sway at the moment. Mia Orwoff still holding 3rd. And Aguilera in 4th with pressure rising hard. Again, Mia Orwoff just takes the wide out line there, with Aguilera in 4th and Racing at Home in that 5th position. Mia Orwoff, Aguilera 3rd and 4th, Racing at Home in 5th position. No comment, yeah. You're frustrated with that. And the driving for Mia Orwoff will definitely be looked at, even without his corner cut. It will still be looked at, so don't worry about that. We will get that investigated, of course, after the race. That's why, of course, it is the unofficial results of the race, because stewards do like to contribute after the race as well and change the positions, which we have done so far this season, and the standard of the stewarding has been relatively good in the meantime as well. Crusher leading the way though. We are 6 minutes through. He leads the way by 5.3 seconds. Andy is in vain chase really in 2nd position currently. 4.7 seconds now the gap. Crusher extending that gap a little bit further. Mia Orwoff is in 3rd. Aguilera in 4th. And look at Racing at Home right in 5th. Catching again, lapping quicker than the guys ahead. Mia Orwoff taking the defensive line. Aguilera much later on the brakes normally here around the outside. Mia Orwoff goes a little bit deep. Aguilera trying to get the switch back and not close enough though. and Racing Home not close enough to try and capitalise on a move there as well. But the battle for third beginning to heat up out on track with 8 minutes to go. It's Crusher Bro who leads, Andy in second, Mia Olaf is in third, Aguilera fourth, Racing Home in fifth, Theo Daly is in sixth, and Charlie's still trying to chase him in 7th position. Both of them still going round, which is good to see, and they will be gaining the points at the end of this race as well. Mia Olaf though in 3rd position, maybe the controversial one currently out on track. Of course, any incidents that we have seen within the stream and any complaints that you do want to make, do send them in to the stewards, because we will take a look at them for sure. Mia Olaf though holding 3rd for the moment, Aguilera is in 4th. We are now through halfway. Crusher Bro Andy's currently fighting out for 1st and 2nd. They stay as they are really, 6.5 seconds that gap. Gap extending, but not as much as what we would have expected, to be honest. These three though beginning to get going into a battle of their own. Mia Olaf, Aguilera, and Racing Home just losing a little bit of time there. Aguilera has picked up a penalty. We've just confirmed that now on the stream. Aguilera has picked up a 2-second penalty. 2-second penalty there for Aguilera. Tries to lunge around the outside. Goes on the inside line now. Mia Olaf again, just trying to capitalise. Trying to defend the position nicely. Just getting caught up on the inside curb there, Aguilera and Racing at Home. That's why we've seen them just drop off a little bit slightly there. Nothing really going on in the terms of the battling, so we'll keep on board with this battle for now, and we'll go on board with the driver who's in 5th, and we'll take an on-board view actually on Racing Home and see how he is getting on. Very late on the brakes there. I thought he was going to career into the back of Aguilera for a moment there. He's done a good job, and Racing Home there sizing up a move on Aguilera, trying to lunge it down the inside. Is he going to try and go for the move? Not quite. Not close enough. He could get the exit of the corner. It is pretty much going to be side by side, I would imagine, running down the straight. He's now within the slipstream. Opens up that DRS. Racing at Home now on the back. The Team Panasonic car against the Team Equipped on Reveal car. Is Racing at Home close enough for that move? Down the inside. Yes, he is. He's committed it perfectionly. Down the inside. Aguilera trying to get back down the inside of the corner, but however, Racing at Home once again proves off a phenomenal move down the inside. Again, much later braking than some of his rivals, and Racing at Home up to 4th position. Sends one up the inside. Fantastic stuff from the Brit, and he is going to be a name moving forward here as we go into CRC, the new venture, of course, for us here in TT_Project Cars. Racing Home doing a good job on his debut. Very impressed with his driving. And I'm not being biased at all, I'm just saying how I like to say it. Mia Olaf is in 3rd though, defending off him. 1.4 seconds the gap. Racing Home trying to chase in 4th, with Aguilera now in 5th. Theo Daly's still running around there in 6th position. Doing a good job. Team Luigi Motorsport, of course, have already wrapped up the championship standings. The constructors, that is, of course. And Theo Daly's still running around in 6th, only 2 tenths off his personal best, doing a good job. And Charlie has been making couple of slight mistakes, nearly avoiding losing concentration there, nearly going into the wall slightly, and Charlie just got to make sure that he is on point here to try and continue on at a good pace in 7th position. You never know, if anything happens ahead, he might be picking up even more points going forward. But Crusher Bro leads the way, 4.5 minutes to go from Andy in 2nd position. 7.7 seconds the gap. We're right on board with Andy, who is beginning to hunt on Crusher Bro. Gap is extending, but not by much. Racing at Home now, setting up his sights on Mia Olaf. We've seen a good move from him before. Gonna weave down the straight. Just get a bit of a lock up there. Mia Olaf, though, very loose on the back end. Aguilera just loose on the back end there in the background of shot. Racing at Home tries to size up the move now. Down into the hairpin, not quite. Running down the hill, 25 seconds off are these guys. Racing at Home now trying to size it up. This is his favourite point out on track. He can lunge it. He's going to have to lunge it right around the outside. Not going to get it done with that braking point. Racing at Home still stays in 4th position, but sizes himself up for a possible move now. Mia Olaf got to make sure he defends in a clean and fair manner, which we have seen him lacking, I've got to be honest. during this race. Racing home though, defending. Is attacking Mia Olwolf. Mia Olwolf has got to defend this. 3 minutes to go roughly. Racing home again, lunging it around the outside. We'll go to trackside cam for this. Does it on the inside. Racing home, and again, it is a phenomenal move. Mia Olwolf is trying to lunge it down the inside again. They're going to be close to contact. Oh, they gave each other plenty of room. Mia Olwolf has just run off track. He was going to get the move done anyway, so that is great stuff by the Italian. Ran around the outside of Racing home. These two beginning to size themselves up for potential battle, and this could be quite something to watch. This could be the best battle of the season so far. Mia Olwolf racing at home, and Aguilera's still trying to get involved as well. He's only 3 seconds off Mia Olwolf, but in turn he's only 1.5 seconds behind racing at home. A gap has just extended that now to 2 seconds as soon as I've said that. So Aguilera's struggling to try and catch. Racing at home again, having to go around the outside. Got to be much late on the brakes, and again he just locks up. He's going to size himself up though for moving to the second to last corner. Not quite going to go for the move here. He's close enough. He's down the inside into the final corner. Racing at home down the inside of Mia Olwolf. They lean on each other, but he's completed the move down the inside. Goes the Team Panasonic car. Andy is probably thinking, go on my son. Racing at home is into 3rd position, but he has picked up a penalty. We'll go on board with that in just a second. We'll go on board with that now, in fact. And that is a 2nd penalty for Racing at home. If you can pull off that gap to Mia Olwolf, that is a gap that can be really stretched out. And I think he has got the pace to show that he can extend that gap out. Mia Olwolf again just running wide. Aguilera now toiling a little bit. Field Daly's in 6th. Charlie is in 7th. Crusher Ball, by the way, coming through the final couple of corners now. He's through the final 2 corners, and he's about to start what will be the final lap of the race here in the Formula Renaults here tonight. Back on board with the battle for 3rd though. Looks like Racing at home has literally bolted away now from Mia Olwolf. Running in the clear air, doing a good job, but he can now focus his attentions on trying to cut back the advantage to Andy, who has picked up a penalty as well. That is a 2nd penalty for Andy, just to confirm that on the stream. 1.5 seconds though separating Racing at home and Mia Olwolf out on track. Remember, 15 minutes worth of racing still yet to come. Anything can still happen, and probably will happen judging by the start of the first race here tonight. Crusherbull is on to the final lap, leads the way, and he has set a new fastest lap, I do believe, 22.4. His last lap certainly. Andy across the line in 2nd, Racing at home across the line in 3rd, with Mia Olwolf in 4th, Aguilera 5th, Field Daly in 6th. Charlie in 7th position. We go on board then with Crusherbull, who is coming through the end of the middle sector now, and it's going to be a dominant win for Crusherbull, taking once again the win out on track here tonight. And Crusherbull doing a good job, and really full credit must go to him. He's been phenomenal during the season. Only that bit of contact with Circuit of the Americas took away a possible unbeaten run from him. Crusherbull though is going to make up for lost time. Through the final corner he comes. He is going to take the win here. The Norwegian across the line to win in the Formula Renaults. Andy through the final corner has stuck to his guns very, very hard there in 2nd position, and he is across the line in 2nd. Mia Olwolf is up to 3rd. What on earth has happened on him behind? Racing at home has dropped to 5th. What on earth has happened there? Has Racing at home made a mistake, or has there been contact? We'll see if anything comes about within the comment section afterwards. Mia Olwolf, Aguilera and Racing at home, I think they're going to stay as they are. Mia Olwolf not going to have a penalty. Aguilera right on the back of him, coming through the final corner, but it's not close enough for the move, and Mia Olwolf will hold on to that 3rd position. Aguilera across the line in 4th. Racing at home gains position though. Oh, and that's a monumental crash. Goodness me. Jesus. Another the warm down lap is on, but come on guys. Field Daly across the line in 6th position, and Charlie, the other Equipe Dumberville car, is going to be home in 7th position. With the final corner now comes Charlie. He's going to be across the line in that 7th position, and that is it for race 1. And it is Crusher Bro who takes it. Andy with a 3-second penalty at the end of the race. Comes across the line in second. Mia Olwoff in third. Renault in fourth. Aguilera, Theo Daly, Charlie and McKinder for you, retiring out early on in that race. I did the same thing I did in qualifying on the last lap. Obviously, I don't think there was contact there, but of course, do send in any footage that you might want us to investigate, because obviously there was a bit of contact in that race. Obviously there was a bit of, let's just say, unclean driving. That's all I'm going to say on that. A bit of unclean driving, and obviously we do want to get to the bottom of it, and maybe penalties will be awarded after the race as well. 15 minutes worth of racing still yet to come though here tonight. My connection has just gone down for one bar. That is absolutely indeed. 15 minutes worth of action about to begin once again for the Formula Renaults here tonight. I wish I had a drink with me to replenish myself, but I don't, so I'm going to have to cope with a dry mouth throughout the final race. But we are going to get straight into the action though in the meantime. And again, 2.68 mile in length, 12 turns, and judging by the first race, anything can probably happen in the second race here tonight. DRS opened and it snapped. The car snapped, so the DRS opened and it snapped between them. Oh, here we go. 15 minutes worth of racing still yet to come. I'll be back in just a minute. Here we go then, for the final race of the season. I know, final race of the season for the Formula Renaults. This is unreal. McKinder for you out on top. Mia Olwoff is in second. Crusher Bro in third in a good position. Theo Daly is in fourth, so the two Team Luigi Motorsport cars in third and fourth. Charlie in fifth, Andy in sixth, Renault in seventh, and Aguilera in eighth. Shocking camera angles for them both. But the two Team Panasonics fifth and sixth and seventh keep Dunberville fifth and eighth, and we've also got Mia Olwoff in the Team Sharifsa car in second position, and McKinder for you in the Team Rapper Olio car in first position as well. So 3 real teams to do battle here tonight, and then the individual drivers of Team Sharifsa and Team Rapper Olio representing each other here tonight. We are going to get going very shortly indeed, and speaking of which, we'll get going very shortly indeed for race 2 of the Formula Renaults here at Dubai Autodrome. We go green, very long hold there, but we are underway, and Andy gets a very good start from the line. Crusher Bro as well. McKinder for you, Mia Olwoff, out contact down into turn 1. Mia Olwoff again, coming across on Andy just a little bit, got to maintain the line down into turn 1. Everyone looking clean, and again Mia Olwoff just into McKinder for you, knocks him off slightly, but off the camera on the corner. Theo Daly makes a bit of contact with McKinder for you, but relatively all clean in the second race, which is good to see. Aguilera staying back very late on, very early on in this race. Renault is up to 6th with Aguilera 7th, and McKinder for you is off. McKinder for you's had a spin somewhere out on track that is through the left and right. The Crusher Bro leads, Mia Olwoff 2nd, Andy in 3rd. The Scotsman making up a couple of positions from the start. Theo Daly up to 4th, Charlie in 5th. Rest of the home around the outside, possibly for 5th position. Or if he can pull this off, we'll get the move done down the inside. I think even the Team Panasonic car, Charlie will give him the room. Rest of the home again, pulling off a good move here tonight. He's up to 5th position. Charlie in 6th, Aguilera in 7th, McKinder for you in 8th. Relatively clean start, which is good to see. Crusher Bro then through the final couple of corners on the first lap and leads the way. For one bubble battle for second, Mia Olwoff and Andy. Andy 4/10 away, runs very wide, good to see. He's almost off to Yemen there. Andy through the final corner, just losing a little bit of time. Goodness me. The weather was a marker from going wide. It will be that wide, honestly. Andy across the line in 3rd. McKinder for you is into the pits, has got a 10-second penalty for speeding into the pits, so McKinder for you is in. Obviously picked up some damage as a result of some of the spin that's occurred, or a bit of contact that might have occurred out on track. Pardon me. Crusher Bro though, leading the way, 3.3 seconds. Mia Olaf in second. Andy has dropped off 1.2 seconds off there in third. Theo Daly doing well in fourth. Racing at Home has pulled away from Aguilera in fifth. Aguilera is in sixth. Charlie in seventh, so the team keep on the real car scoring well here, sixth and seventh. McKinley for you and the team map audio into the pits. And he is serving a time penalty. Yes, there's a bit of action going on. Theo Daly off track has made a mistake. Charlie goes through on him. So Theo Daly losing 3 positions there. Oh, and Theo Daly actually getting back past on Charlie. I have a feeling Charlie... Oh, that's a beautiful camera angle. Why couldn't we get that? That's a fantastic camera angle. Can we have more of that, please? Charlie must have got a race director's flag there. He must have been told to slow down. He looked like he overtook illegally out on track there. So that's why you probably saw him brake quite suddenly. Theo Daly went back through the position there. It's Crusher Global who leads. 12 minutes to go. Crusher Bro leads. Being Olaf is in second. Andy is in third. There's not really much battling going on out on track. Rest of Home now in fourth position. Aguilera is in fifth with Theo Daly in sixth. Charlie in seventh position. Going more with the battle for second. Being Olaf and Andy around 1.8 seconds off these two when the Italian and the Scotsman are about to do battle out on track, it seems. And they're making that very good start, of course. As it is Crusher who leads, 4.8 seconds the gap. And Leo Waffles in second. Andy in third, Racing Home in fourth. Aguilera, Theo Daly, Charlie, McKinley for you back out the pits. Must just have to drive through, I would imagine, McKinley for you. Must have just jumped the start slightly. That might be why he came into the pits. Crusher Bull though doing a good job out in front. As you can tell, my voice is going a little bit. Racing Home has picked up a penalty of a second. That is a time penalty for track limits. You can see that in the right hand side of your screen, the bottom right hand side of your screen, that is, in the race speed. Crusher Bull Newcastle's lap the rest 21.5, very similar to his qualifying time. But just over 10 minutes to go. Crusher Bull leads the way. Mia Olaf is in second. We'll come over this developing battle for second though. Between Andy and Mia Olaf, 1.2 seconds roughly as they come through the left and the right chicane. And personal best through the first sector for Andy, just runs a little wide. Now 7/10 off running down the straight. Not going to be close enough, I don't think, for the move. In the background now, Racing Home and Aguilera, fourth and fifth. Theo Daly, Charlie, sixth and seventh as well. But the battle for second beginning to heat up. Only 4/10 of a second, and Andy has got the hammer down here and is beginning to ensure that he is into this race and into a potential championship fight late on in this season with Mia Olaf. They are losing time though to Crusher Pro ahead. It is 8 seconds roughly between Crusher Pro and Mia Olaf, with Andy chasing him down in third position. This is the battle you're on board with currently. 9.5 minutes to go, and with 4/10 of a second separating, Italian and the Scotsman about to do battle. Racing at Home not too far off the pace either. He's in fourth, Aguilera fifth. There is Theo Daly in sixth, Charlie is in seventh. And in the car a lot better than in the first race, I've got to admit that. Charlie doing a good job in seventh, and McKinley for you either with contact early on or possibly with a drive-through penalty. Mia Olaf goes off track again. Comes on track in a very nice manner there, I've got to be honest, in a professional manner. That's what we like to see. Andy though on the back of Mia Olaf running down the straight. This is second and third currently. And Andy right on the back. Come down into the right hand of the chicane, doing a good job. Andy currently on Mia Olaf, who has picked up a penalty as a result of track limits. That's probably why he saw him going wide earlier on, about 30 seconds or so ago. 1/10 of a second separating. Who won race one? Crusher Pro did. Of course, Crusher Pro did. It was about 17 seconds I think he won by, if my mind serves me right. He won very easily indeed. There was a lot of good moves in that race by Racing at Home, so do go and watch that back, the first race afterwards. As of course mates tuned into the comment section there as well. We approach the halfway stage here in race 2 of the Formula Renaults. Crusher across the line, leading the way. Mia Orloff is in second, with Andy is in third. And again, gap just beginning to extend itself. Mia Orloff just using that DRS running down the straight, running ABS actually, Mia Orloff. Just an interesting point to note. Andy running no assist down into turn 1. And Andy beginning to attack Mia Orloff once again. Just takes the much deeper line to the inside of the corner. Can't save you a better time through there. Just around this track quite a few times and commented on this track a few times in the Gaffer Racing days. I will be moving on to a new role in Gaffer Racing moving forward within the next few weeks or so, after January for sure. That'll be on a Wednesday, of course. Mia Orloff and Andy second and third at this stage. Racing home in fourth. Trying to hunt them down, but he's not getting close enough. Andy right on the back though of Mia Orloff. Again, Andy just trying to manipulate himself into making Mia Orloff make himself into a mistake, I should say there. Mia Orloff doing a good job to defend off the position nicely. And again, do apologise, but I'm beginning to lose my voice. It is not great. 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Crusher, of course, leads the way out in front. 21.9 is last lap around. Mia Orloff is in second. Randy in third. Hope they can keep going with it. Racing home in fourth. Aguilera to fifth. Theo Daly sixth. Charlie in seventh has lost time, and McKinnon for you is in eighth. Has picked up that 10-second penalty, of course, for speeding in the pit lane, or for speeding in the pit lane for sure, but man of pit lane as a result of damage or drive-through penalty. That's what I'm imagining there. Andy though, right on the back. Let's right on board with my favourite camera, roof cam, on board with Andy. Trying to look for the move on Mia Orloff. Mia Orloff again defending the inside line nicely, goes way too deep. Andy on the switch back, trying to go on the outside of the Scotsman, and again trying to switch it back down the inside. Trying to force himself into making Mia Orloff into making a mistake, and he's round the outside of the hairpin. No way, they're leaning on each other a little bit. Mia Orloff coming across multiple times down the straight. Not what you like to see from a driver who should know better. Andy those down the inside, force him off the camber of the corner, and Andy has completed a clean move there. The Scotsman is up to second position, and that is how you do that. Mia Orloff down to third. Hopefully you defend the positions a little bit better in the as we move into CRC, of course. Racing home in fourth. Aguilera to fifth. Theo Daly in sixth. Charlie in seventh. And McKinnon for you in that eighth position. Still on board with the battle for second though in the meantime. Just under 5 minutes to go. Crusher leads. And in second, running wide. We have seen a spinner there before off the camber of the corner, but Andy holding firm in that second position. Mia Orloff is in third. The gap extends, coming to the left and right, and again Mia Orloff just loses the back end slightly, and that gains Andy a little bit more breathing room as on board with Mia Orloff again, locking up into the corner, and he's picked up a penalty. Mia Orloff, that'll be the writing on the wall for him. Andy though has picked up a penalty for track limits. That is only a second though, luckily for Andy. Mia Orloff has got the same, Racing Home has got the same, and McKinnon has got a 10-second penalty as well. But he is closing in on Charlie, lapping a lot quicker than Charlie, and that could begin to get going towards the end of this race. Racing Home, Aguilera beginning to pick up the pace as well. That gap is closed to 3.5 seconds between those two, and Aguilera could be in the right position to possibly pick up any sort of positions if people do get more penalties, like Mia Orloff nearly showed there. Andy has picked up another penalty. 3 seconds worth of penalties now for Andy. Oh, and he's very nearly sideways at the final corner. 5/10 of a second as they come across the line. Lap 9 in the Formula Renaults, and it is 18 seconds between Crusher Pro and Andy. Andy did a good job. Mia Orloff again, just going a little bit too deep with the power. Oh, Andy's run wide though. Andy and Mia Orloff. Mia Orloff trying to go around the outside. Andy defends the inside line well, and that is how you drive that corner from Andy. Theo Daly is into the pits. Not sure if he's had a bit of a spin out on track. Mia Orloff though down on the inside line, Andy on the outside line. Again, just forcing a cross. Aguilera, that is, round in the background of shot. Oh, and Andy, he's kept the car going. That's unbelievable. How on earth has he done that? Andy has kept the car going. He just nearly had completed the move there on Mia Orloff. Oh, if he pulled off that would have been great. Aguilera, by the way, just in the background shot, you can rewind the replay about 20 seconds or so from now. Aguilera did spin on the background of shot. I did see that in the background of shot, and has crossed back fourth position to Racing at Home, who's now in third as a result of Andy's mistake. He's probably thinking, this is my lucky day currently. Two Team Panasonic cars there, third and fourth, doing a good job. Crusher leads onto the penultimate lap. 14.5 seconds now, the gap to Mia Orloff, who's in second. The gap just closing down. Racing at Home is in third. And to pardon the pun, he has been Racing at Home here tonight, but racing in TTG Project cars on his debut performance, doing a good job. Andy in fourth position. Aguilera is in fifth. Charlie is in sixth. McKinder for you is in seventh. He's improving, and 6 seconds off Charlie. Don't think he might catch him before the end of this race, but McKinder for you's definitely got a lot of pace underneath him. Theo Daly's been into the pits for thingy, and that is definitely not what you like to see. Andy has picked up a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. And he's got 7 seconds worth of penalties. How on earth does that add up? So warning there for the... Obviously the game has instructed them to be given unsportsmanlike conduct. He's moved up to P3, he's racing at Home now down into P4. Very strange that. Very, very strange. We'll try and catch up on that after the race. Crusher leads on to the final lap of the race, and he made a mistake last time around. The last lap before that one, he made a mistake because he said a 30.7, I think it was. 22.3 last time around. Crusher definitely made a mistake out on track. He was, as I said, in the first race, prone to making a couple of mistakes late on. Crusher with the advantage, holding firm at the moment out in front. Mia Orloff holding second. Infinity will hold second. I think Racing Home has probably been told actually that his teammate has got penalties, so he's probably just going to try and cheer up to stay within 6 seconds of him, basically. That's all you need to do to try and pick up this third position. But it's been a really good debut from Racing Home. Really good guy to have in the league moving forward, and CRC should be very proud to have like an asset like him moving forward, and of course us moving forward as we join with the new era. Should be lovely to go forward with, and Racing Home has really impressed me here tonight. Maybe a force moving forward in the future. Theo Crusher now coming around the final 2 corners, and the Norwegian is going to be coming across the line to take yet another win. He rounds off the season in fine style. He takes Racing Roulette, and he takes both wins here tonight in the Formula Reynolds. It is Crusher who takes it by around 18 seconds to Mia Orloff, who now is through the final 2 corners. Might need an investigation on them, to be honest, tonight. We'll have a look at the any footage that does come in regarding that first race, especially for Mia Orloff across the line in second. Andy across the line in third, and Racing at Home has... What on earth's happened here? Racing at Home across the line in fourth? That was strange. Very strange indeed. Aguilera across the line in fifth. Has picked up a penalty late on, won me a second. Charlie ran the final couple of corners now in sixth. Theo Daly in behind these guys as well, has already been lapped, but he will be coming across the line in 8th. Charlie across the line in 2nd. McKinder for you has picked up a penalty, of course, 10 seconds worth. It's not going to affect the standings. Charlie across the line in 6th. McKinder for you across the line in 7th. And Theo Daly to round off the season, going to be coming across the line in that 8th position. So that is it. TT_Project Cars over and done with for the Formula Reynolds and for the Racing Roulette. Of course, we've got the Cup event to come next week. Crusher takes it though, from Mia Orloff in second. 21.3 seconds the gap. Andy is in third. Racing at Home in fourth. And then the rest pull through just in behind. That was very strange though with racing at home. Hopefully he's put in what happened there. I let my teammate get third. Good sportsmanship then. Very good sportsmanship. I like you. I really, really like you. But that is it. Formula Renault's over and done with. The next time you will see the action for TT_Project Cars here tonight, or here for this season, will be the Cup event next week. It is the Ginetta GT5s around Donington National. Be prepared for that, and of course sign-ups are open for the Competitive Racing Club. Please do sign up. It is a fantastic league to be a part of. And going forward, I think we have united into a bit of a force going forward within Project Cars, and I'm sure the commentary will be on a different level. I'm sure the racing will be even better than what we've seen here, and I cannot wait for the new season to start. I think, don't correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's after Christmas we start. So there we go. In January we will begin the new season for CRC, but until then, I have been GemTed14. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll just have a look at some of the comments coming through. The last chocolate, so emotional. Yeah, more chocolate for the cup. More chocolate for the cup, don't worry. Don't expect that to happen when I'm a proper driver. Yeah, there you go. But from me, GemTed14, I will bid you farewell tonight. Do come and tune in tomorrow for TTL F2. It is, I think, the season finale tomorrow night in TTL F2. And unfortunately I can't promise you a championship battle, but we have got a lot going on for TTL F2 for next season. And yeah, we have got one more race to come tomorrow night in Brazil. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.